Deliver the keynote address later today at the national celebrations of the Day of Reconciliation in Port Elizabeth. South Africa is celebrating 21 years of freedom, and the day comes after a turbulent year. It saw several large-scale protests, mainly led by young people through social media, such as the Rhodes Must Fall movement, and then, of course, moving on to that even bigger one, the Fees Must Fall campaign. This day offers an opportunity to repair relations and build towards a united and harmonious South Africa. Our reporter, Unathi Binkoze, is standing by in Port Elizabeth and is joined by the Eastern Cape Premier, Phumulo Masualle. Let's cross over to him now. Good morning again, Unathi.
Very good morning to you, Leanne, and welcome to Port Elizabeth once more, the friendly city. Well, to some it is the windy city, and I can tell you that the wind that this city is known for is beginning to show its force. However, we will carry forward with the program as planned. It is indeed the Day of Reconciliation, and the national celebrations are being held right here in Port Elizabeth at the Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University Mission Vale campus, formerly known as Vista University. Of course, it is a concept that resonates with South Africa very, very well, and a concept that people all around the world associate with South Africa's political transition in the 90s. I mean, instead of outright political retribution against those who committed political crimes, South Africa opted to go for reconciliation. However, the 21st annual celebrations of this day come at the back of a very, very turbulent year. We saw the issue with Rhodes Must Fall, where we saw statues and other national symbols being defaced and vandalized by those who wanted to see this country perhaps taking another direction and embracing a bit more of our history. However, we are now joined by the Premier of the Eastern Cape to give us the provincial perspective of this day and its significance to the province. It is a very, very important day for the province, I can imagine. Tell me, what does it mean for the province to be involved, to be playing host to such a significant event?
Ngoska Kolunati, thanks, greetings to the viewers at home. We're very much pleased that central government has placed this event here. It's truly a historic moment, very significant date in the national memory because over the last 21 years, the project of building a truly non-racial, non-sexist society built on the foundations of the new democratic dispensation is going on very well. We are appreciative. This day used to be celebrated in a different way by different interest groups, racial groups, but since the advent of the democratic dispensation, it is a day around which we celebrate the unity and diversity of the country, a reconciling day where all the people put aside all the different experiences that we carry from our history to celebrate the unity of the country. It is significant in that respect, and we think that it is a record. It's recording the achievements we are continuing to make as a country.
I understand that it's not just about the issue of racial and political tensions from the past. It is also about the economics and how people are living. How are we planning to deal with that and ensure that South Africa is integrated and we do have equality?
Well, certainly it is true that just as we are making progress, there are some features of our society that are still steadfast, that need to be addressed. For instance, the share or distribution in the participation in the economic activities, particularly by the majority, is still a concerning matter that, though, can only be addressed in the fullness of time as we continue to make progress, ensuring that legislation is implemented that introduces and accelerates the change in the distribution of participation. We've seen during the course of the year, as you correctly pointed out, impatience expressed in certain respects, particularly around some symbols that are still seen identifiable with the past, and things that perhaps the country needs to dialogue about how to go about that, so that we create indeed a new society, develop, evolve this society. It will include certainly some adjustments that must be made, but those adjustments need to be made through engagement, dialogue, In fact, that's the nature of progress. Progress is like that. It means continuously making the environment better for the majority.
All right, just before I let you go, what would you like to see happening when we leave this place and go back to our places going forward in terms of reconciliation?
Well, today, out of this event, it should help to inspire us once again to recommit to working further towards a unified country, appreciate the difficulties that the country as a whole is facing and what each one of us needs to be making as a contribution towards the good of all.
Lovely. Sir,
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, that was the Premier of the province, Mr. Phumulo Masualle, giving us his perspective and the provincial perspective of what this day means to the province. And of course, it is a very important day indeed. And we do expect that people will come and support this event. Those who are in and around Port Elizabeth are invited to come over and be part of these events. And of course, those who are coming from faraway places, they will be catered for. I understand that SABC 2 will be carrying the happenings here live as from 11 o'clock, and of course SABC News Channel 404 will also cater for our viewers to ensure that they are part of this program. But of course, ideally would love to see all South Africans of all races coming through and supporting this event, and we see that cohesion and diversity that South Africa is being shown in the audience here. With that, let's wrap from Port Elizabeth and hand back to you guys in Johannesburg.